Here we are then, we're racing at Spa tonight at Purple Sector, and it's Vista here leading into La Source for the first time. You've got Tesmaz looking around the outside, but he's being dive bombed there by Brinky. Brinky can't make the move done at the moment though, as we see them all coming through La Source for the first time. You've got Magpie Toon ahead of Ruck and Islandberg. Islandberg losing a load of places here. Mr. Johan's now got ahead of Mr. Islandberg as well, up into P6. So Islandberg, they're dropping down the order like a stone at the moment, but as they come through Radion now, you've got Street Boy here also attacking on Rexy Boy, just up ahead of him. Down the Camel Straight we come. V10 Ultra's got ahead of Street Boy now, up into P11. Street Boy didn't get a good exit there out of Radion, as Magpie Toon then moving ahead of Tezza up into third place, and looking like there's no other position changes just at the moment, but an exciting start to this race with Vista still leading by nearly a second already ahead of Brinky. You've got Magpie Toon, Tezza, Mysterio completing the top five, followed by Rock, Islandberg, Massey Pitt ahead of Oliver, followed by Rexy Boy, V10 Ultra, as Islandberg there moving back ahead of Rock, and now he's looking up the inside of Mr. Johan as well there, so Islandberg gaining 2 places there in the space of basically a corner, as Matty Pitt now looking to try and attack on Mr. Johan down towards Pumon, but he's been passed around the outside there by Rock. Rock, wow, came out of nowhere there. Rock up into 7th place there, managed to sneak around Matty Pitt. Matty Pitt was more thinking about what about doing Mr. Johan, and didn't even see Rock coming around the outside there until it was already too late, but V10 Ultra in the meantime has moved ahead of Rexy Boy up into P9 as well. And we got Stiffy here, who's just behind this battle as well. So he's running in 11th place, looking to try and gain some places here in this one. But Mr. Johan is currently attacking on Islandberg here in this battle for 5th place. You got Tezamaza well within a second on the back of Magpie Toon at this point. Vista still leading the race by over a second right now ahead of Brinky with Magpie Toon. There's Tezza well within a second of him at this point. Mr. Johan still trying to put the pressure here on the back of Islandberg at this point. But as Vista comes over the line here to complete the first lap of the race here, Brenke there in second. There's Magpie Toon, Tezamaza ahead of Islandberg and Ruck, followed by Mr. Johan, Ruck, Matty Pitt, V10 Ultra, Rexy Boy, Stiffy, Nino Blanco, Street Boy, JB Lego, and Oliver running at the back of the pack at the moment. But Vista starting to stretch his legs out the front. Has got over a second and a half of a gap here over Brinky at this point, and looking very good for his money so far. As Matty Pitt's moved ahead of Ruck up into P7, and V10 Ultra's following him through as well, as V10 Ultra around the outside of Ruck has done that one into Lacombe. So V10 Ultra now up into 8th place, now can try and pull up onto the back of Matty Pitt as well here. Tezza hounding and hassling Magpie Toon for 3rd place, but can't find a way through. No DRS available this time around, obviously. DRS will be open on lap 3 of the race, so a little way to go before they'll get that extra incentive. But Tezza here really putting this pressure here on the back of the Williams driver. Magpie Toon's going to have to really get his elbows out here, even without DRS. I think that Tezza's a bit of a threat to him at the moment. Both of these two running on the medium tyres, obviously the top two running on the soft, so these two will have that strategic ace up their sleeve later on in the race. Street Boys got ahead of Nino Blanco for 12th place, noticing that one on the timing screen there. The two Ferraris have swapped positions, but we're currently watching Tezza here, trying to up the ante here on the back of Magpie Toon. Mr. Johan here, right with Islandberg still, with Matty Pitt, V10 Ultra and Rock following in close contention at the moment. Oh, as we can see, potentially a move, but not quite there from Rock. Was looking at the inside there, going to the bus stop, but a little bit too far away on V10 to make anything happen just there. Vista in the meantime has got the fast up of the race there on that last time around. And Vista still leading as he comes through Radion. Brinky there, a couple of seconds behind. Magpie Toon has still got Tezza all over him, but this time Tezza will have DRS. Surely this is going to be an easy move here. Oh, as he just swerves into the side of him there. I think there's a bit of not the most kindest of gestures there from Tezza, but he's through up into 3rd place there ahead of Magpie Toon. Mr. Johan still ahead of Islandberg as we see, oh, Vista's lost it. Vista the race leader. Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable. He had a comfortable lead before. He was 2 seconds ahead of Brinky. Brinky's now given the race lead on a plate here. What a shock there to see Vista losing it coming out of Lacombe, as V10 Ultra's here trying to go around the outside of Matty Pitt here, as also Islandberg's moved ahead of Mr. Johan up into 4th place, but Matty Pitt even has been Passed on the inside there by V10 Ultra. So V10 Ultra's going to go around the outside of Matty Pitt, should I say. And I think he's managed to complete that move here as V10 Ultra. Yes, he has. V10 Ultra up into P6 as they go into campus here. So lovely stuff there from V10 Ultra. Now he can try and focus on the podium places up ahead. He's a little way to go just at the moment, but he's on those soft tyres, so he needs to make these work while he can because they're not going to last forever here. And he's currently hassling the back of Mr. Johan here for P5 at this particular moment in time. Brinky, in the meantime, is trying to weather the storm here from Tezamuzza. So you can see these two coming through Blanchimont at the moment. Oliver's got a 3-second time penalty here for multiple warnings. Tezza still hounding and hassling the back of Brinky here. There's Matty here trying to go around the outside of V10 Ultra into the bus stop. He's got the inside for the second part. V10 Ultra though getting a lovely exit there out to the start finish straight, and it's just ahead of Matty Pitt as they come over the line here. Matty trying to go around the outside here into La Source, and he's managed to get a lovely traction there out of the corner. But again, V10 Ultra just seems to have a better car in a straight line. Better acceleration there. Matty Pitt got a much better exit than V10, but as soon as they got out of the initial acceleration phase, it was all V10 Ultra. But saying that, Matty Pitt's now got the run down the Camel Straight with DRS as well. This should be job done here easy, and Rock's also followed him through as well. So Rock up into P7 can now try and attack on Matty Pitt, but they both got DRS, which is helping Matty Pitt. And for the time being, it's Matty Pitt and Rock now ahead of V10 Ultra in 6th and 7th places here. V10 Ultra on those soft tyres, not having the night so far, it must be said. Brinky's still at the front, has still got a narrow gap to Tezza at this point. Here we go then. Brinky and Tezza still running in first and second places here. We go to campus we come once again. Magpie Toon's just clinging to the coattails of these two at the moment. Is that because Brinky's holding Tezza up a little bit? We can see there Rock is still going side by side with Matty Pitt. Rock can't manage to stay ahead there. Matty Pitt's still got V10 Ultra all over the back of him here as they come through Stavelo. But these three having a cracking battle here for P6. V10 Ultra will be frustrated with the first couple of laps of the race because obviously he's one of the quicker drivers here in purple sector is V10. Arriving in the AlphaTauri this season, it's difficult for him and for his teammate Tezza. As Rock there losing out to both of them there. Made a little mistake there, did Rock. Dropped a couple of places here. Now at the rear of this trio. As he's now looking to the outside into the bus stop. Goes a little bit deep there into the corner. V10 Ultra really hounding and hassling Matty Pitt as they come out onto the start finish straight once again here. Tezamuzza still all over the back of Brinky as well for the battle for the lead. Magpie Toon still right there with these two. Riding on board here with Magpie Toon. He's getting closer and closer to the back of Tezza, and Tezza's got very vulnerable to him indeed there. Magpie Toon is going to easily make that move. They both had DRS on the leader up ahead, but Magpie Toon up into second place. Mr. Johan up the inside of Island Berg as well, up into fourth place. That's job done there for him. As V10 Ultra also getting ahead of Matty Pitt up into sixth place as well. Street Boy moving ahead of Rexy Boy into Lacombe. So 4 overtakes there in the space of about 10 seconds. Vista trying to come back from his spin that we saw through that corner actually a couple of laps ago, was leading the race comfortably in the first couple of laps by about 2-3 seconds, but since then things took a massive turn for the worse. Currently running in 12th place at the moment, a long way behind the leader Brinky, who's got Magpie Toon and Tezza for company still out the front, but Magpie Toon managed to get the move done down the Camel Straight on Tezza earlier this lap, and he's currently got track position here. We have got rain falling now, and the rain seems to be intensifying a little bit. It started falling noticeably about a minute ago, but you can see that it's now starting to ingrain itself on the track surface a little bit, and potentially now the drivers are going to be thinking about coming into the pits to make a stop. Let's keep our eye close on this because this could be the time here. Magpie Toon getting closer to the back of Brinky, still too far away into the bus stop at the moment. Who's going to come in? It's going to be Brinky and Magpie Toon both into the pits. Tezza continues on his way for the time being. Mr. Johan also in. V10 staying out, rolling the dice. I think the risk is to stay out here. I think the sensible option is probably to pit at this point. But those who stay out might be able to get the dry tyres to just work for one more lap and maybe gain an advantage. Who knows? But it is a real risk here. Tezza's still out there right now, the race leader, coming through Old Rouge and Radion. Seemed pretty good through there, to be fair. Didn't seem like he was on too much on tenterhooks. V10 Ultra, second place, a few seconds behind. The track's going to be getting worse and worse every second. As we've got Stiffy here all over the back of V10 Ultra as well. So Brinky was your race leader. He is the highest runner now on intermediate tyres. He's a second ahead of Magpie Toon, who was right with him when they came in. But let's keep an eye on the gap here between Tezza and Brinky. It's 17 seconds right now. Is that gap going up or is it coming down here? Looks to me like it is coming down a little bit at this point. So Tezza will want to get himself in this time around. Will be wanting to minimise the amount of time that he's going to lose here. He will lose some time, but it's a case of damage limitation here for Tezza as Brinky's gained a second just in the last 20 seconds we've been watching him. So he's really struggling. Oh, as he gets a massive slide there going through Stavilo. Just needs to get this around the lap. He's probably just praying that he can get the car back to the pits in one piece, get some appropriate tyres on and go again here. Brinky's moved up into 4th place ahead of Rexy Boy within 16 seconds now of the race leader Tezza. Magpie Toon's moved to Rexy Boy as well, up into 5th place. Mr. Johan's got a 3-second time penalty. He now joins V10 Ultra and Oliver as the drivers who have picked up penalties in this race. Oh, and Tezza's had a spin going through the bus stop, and that is going to lose him massive amounts of time here to Brinky. The gap's going to be under 10 seconds now. Tezza finally into the pits. Brinky coming into the bus stop, having gone to the intermediate tyres way earlier, and he is going to reap the benefits here. He's going to come around and take a decisive lead here in this race, but Magpie Toon certainly following him around at the moment, not letting him off the hook. Now, where is V10 going to come out in all this? Where is, well, more to the point, I suppose, where is, let's see where Tezza comes out. So, Tezza out of the pits, coming out just ahead of Street Boy. That's how much time he's lost. I mean, Street Boy was nowhere in the first stint. Vista suddenly only 3 seconds behind Tezza at this point, the race leader from the first couple of laps. And Magpie Toon's made the move for the lead here into Lacombe. So that's Magpie Toon up into P1, and he must have made the move down the Camel Straight there. Must have used his straight line speed, which we've said before, his straight line speed seems really superior to his opponents here tonight. And Magpie Toon leading the race here on lap 7. Still less than halfway through this race at this point, but he's clearly enjoying these wet conditions so far. Has he set his car up with an eye towards these conditions? We'll have to keep our eye on this, but Magpie Toon, your race leader here. Oliver's just left the session, obviously he retired already. So we're down to 13 drivers here in this race. Eilenberg all over the back of Mr. Johan in the battle for 3rd place still. Tezza within 10 seconds of the race lead. Can he get himself on the podium here? Only 5 seconds off for a podium place here. Magpie Toon starting to pull away a little bit here from Brinky. Seemingly really enjoying these conditions, has a lot of comfort out there here tonight, and is reveling in these conditions here. See Stiffy there as so. Mr. Johan's extended the gap to Eilenberg a little bit, over a second now separating those two as they're coming down the Camel Straight. Magpie Toon well in advance here of Brinky right now, 1.6 seconds separating the top two. Tezza's bringing the gap down to everybody else up front. Seemingly has a control of these wet conditions, but everything kind of went wrong for him because he stayed out a lap too long. He should have come in when the likes of Magpie Toon and Brinky came in, but rolled the dice, thought, why not give it a go, seeing as he was behind them on the road. Wanted track position, but he is closing that gap rapidly at this point. So Tezza's going to be one to watch in the closing laps here, that's for sure. Vista also got to keep an eye on him because he led the first couple of laps of this race, was on pole position, and if it wasn't for his spin on lap 3, he would probably still be up there now. But he's got pace here as Vista, currently matching the leaders, who he could be on for a podium here tonight, 100%. Only 6 seconds behind Mr. Johan, who has got a penalty as well. Eilenberg currently 5 seconds ahead of him in 4th place. He hasn't got a penalty, but that gap only 5 seconds. Brinky's just reeled in Magpie Toon a little bit over the course of this lap. It was 1.6 seconds at the start of the lap. It's now under a second. So as Magpie Toon made a bit of a mistake here, Brinky might be spelling blood here. Will be able to just start to up the tempo and pile the pressure on the back of the Williams driver a little bit here as they come into the bus stop once again. Oh, there comes Beaton Ultra down the Kemmel straight, looking to the inside of Street Boy. Into Lacombe we go. Is he down the inside? He's going to try and make it happen there. Street Boy keeping it around the outside. Oh, they're so close. And Beaton Ultra runs wide there onto the runoff area. Street Boy continues on his way for the time being without any dramas. Close racing there between those two. Exciting stuff. Street Boy have maintained 7th place for the time being. Here we are then, riding on board with Tezemaza once again, all over the back of Islandberg here as they come through in towards Blanchemont. But Islandberg putting away a little bit through this section of the track, getting close to the back of Mr. Johan now as well, into the bus stop, too far away there though. But really fancying a move at this point. Magpie Toon's gap to Brinky under us, or was briefly under a second there, but Mr. Johan and Islandberg just starting to bring the gap down to these top two as well. Tezemaza closing in, so it's a Constantina effect at the moment. Magpie Toon seems to be losing time to all the drivers behind him. Vista now within 10 seconds of the lead as well. What we need now is a safety car as Vitan Ultra is moving ahead of Street Boy. Street Boy under braking, going a little bit wide, and Vitan getting that position back on the exit of the source. I don't think we really need a safety car actually, because that would ruin the excitement, that would ruin the meritocracy that we've got here tonight. I think it's exciting enough as it is, to be honest. But Islandberg then, we're getting on the outside of Mr. Johan into Lacombe. That's job done there for Islandberg, up into 3rd place. Nina Blanco's moved ahead of Rexy Boy up into P10 into the points. Tezemaza's got ahead of Mr. Johan as well, up into 4th place now. He was already in 4th, wasn't he? I'm sure I just saw a position change indicator next to Tez's name. Maybe I imagined that, I don't know. But nonetheless, he's all over the back of Islandberg. Maybe he briefly got ahead of Islandberg and then dropped behind him again. Rexy Boy has got ahead of Nino Blanco up into the points. Back again as they're still side by side here on the corner after Lacombe. Who's going to come out on top in this one? As we can see, Nino Blanco down the inside. Rexy Boy can't go for a cutback as Nino Blanco parks his car on the apex there. Matty Pitt here trying to get a cutback here down the hill towards Prix. But Rexy Boy's got that one covered off for now. Oh, as Rexy Boy goes wide, Matty Pitt seizes on that. No hesitations there from Matty Pitt up into P11. Great racing from these guys here. 11th place in this race. Magpie Toon's extended the gap a little bit to Brinky over the course of that lap. It's now nearly 2 seconds again. So Magpie Toon had a strong run last time around. Brinky there running in 2nd place has got Islandberg and Tezza battling here down towards La Source as Tezza's going to try and go around the outside here. He's going to keep himself there and gets a lovely exit there coming out of La Source as well. That's job done there for Tezza. He slots into 3rd place. Now he can try and chase down the leaders if he can get a good exit out of Rouge and Radion. It will take him away from Islandberg, and that will give him an opportunity here to cement his position there as we see Stiffy moving ahead of Street Boy up into P8 as well on the exit of La Source. See, Street Boy's got a 3-second time penalty there for track limits. Oh, Matty Pitt and Nino Blanco battling over P10 still. What a fight there between those two. Nino Blanco managing to squeeze back ahead here. Matty Pitt's still right with him though. He's not giving up in this one easily. Oh, he goes really late on the brakes and gives Nino a big old shove there going into Brussels. And Nino there just getting a bit of oversteer there, trying to control the extra speed that he was taking into the corner, which he wouldn't have wanted. He holds position for the time being, not by much though. In the meantime, Tezza has done bits in the last couple of laps. He's now on the back of Brinky. He's only a second and a half off of the race lead at this point, but he needs to negotiate Brinky before he can think about taking the win here. Magpie Toon's got 80% of his ERS battery left. Tezza's got 40%. Brinky's got 38 of his. So Magpie Toon, you've got to say, in the best position in terms of ERS, but Tezza, we know, is the most proven winner out of these three, and he's all over Brinky as they're coming down towards that source. Looking to the inside, trying to force him into a mistake. Brinky goes really wide there. It's kind of worked there for Tezza, but he doesn't really have the space to get the traction coming out of the source. He still manages to get a really good exit though, and he's just ahead there coming down towards Eau Rouge. Brinky has to back out of that because Tezza's got that move done. Up into second place, goes a little bit wide though there, going through Eau Rouge. That would have compromised his exit through Radion. Brinky though not close enough, and Tezza manages to make it work there up into second place. Now he can try and focus on Magpie Toon, the race leader. What a drive it has been from Tezza Mazza, having looked down and out after the pit stops. He's now running right on the back of the race leader here. Magpie Toon with a penalty as well, so Tezza knows he doesn't have to make this move on the track, but did he love to, I'm sure. Oh, it's Magpie Toon, massive slide there coming out of Lacombe. Down ahead into Brussels. Tezza Mazza got to be smelling blood at this point, surely. Magpie Toon a little bit wide. Tezza trying to poke his nose into that gap. Still not really forming there for him. Matty Pitt in the meantime has got a 3-second time penalty there for multiple track limit warnings. Here comes Tezza Mazza getting a little bit onto the grass there. Nowhere to go. Magpie Toon managing to restrict his space sufficiently. Matty Pitt has moved back ahead and Nino Blanco up into P10 as they're going through Lacombe at the moment. These two having a great fight still in that particular one. But Tezza here is still putting the pressure here on the back of Magpie Toon. Still can't find a way through though. Still can't make the move stick, but what a battle it's been from these two in the last lap or so, and hopefully Tezza can give us a bit of a show here. We've got Vista here moving ahead of Vista moving ahead of Vista Mr. Johan up into P5. Vista's driven really well as well, to be fair. I mean, him being knocked back was his own fault, because he obviously spun on lap 3 after leading the first couple of laps, but since then he's just really got his head down and has been pumping in the laps and has brought himself back into contention here for, well, top 5 at the moment. Is a podium on the cards? Maybe that might be a little bit beyond him, because you've got Magpie Toon, Tezza and Brinky about 4 seconds up the road at this point, 4 or 5 seconds up the road from Vista. He might be able to nab Islandberg for P4 though, potentially, if he really gets his skates on. Here we go then, top 2. Magpie Toon and Tezza coming down the Camel Straight once again. Is Tezza close enough this time around? Doesn't look like it. Just at the moment, Magpie Toon straight line speed, keeping him in really good stead at the moment. Mr. Johan's got a 3-second time penalty there, so that means that everybody from 6th down to 13th has got a time penalty. The drivers from 2nd to 5th haven't, and the race leader has, so crazy that. But Magpie Toon still your race leader at the moment, but for how much longer is he going to be able to weather this storm here from Tezza? He's weathered the conditions, but weathering the weather and Tezza Mazza are two very different things. And I know which one I'd rather be having to contend with. Tezza creeping closer and closer and closer, but still not quite within range to someone. But you can bet that he will be giving himself every opportunity here to outfox the race leader. And Magpie Toon's still got an ace up his sleeve. He's still got 80% of his ERS battery left. Tezza here having looks everywhere, trying to force an opening here as they come through on the exit of Stavilo into the final sector once again. We've got just over 2 laps left to go here at Spa for the Belgian Grand Prix here at Purple Sector Formula 1 League. For the Realistic Car Performance League here, Season 10, coming through Blanchimont once again here. And Tezza is still keeping him on his toes at the moment, as Magpie 2's been leading the race ever since the pit stop phases, really, ever since they came in for the Inters when the rain came down. Managed to get the move done on Brinky up into the lead, and since then has never looked back. Brinky's dropped back slowly. Obviously, Tezza got ahead of him. He's now got Eilenberg pressuring him for 3rd place. These two have also got Vista hunting them down as well, so Vista could fancy a podium here with 2 laps left to go. He's only 2 seconds behind Brinky, and these two are going to battle, which will only give him a little bit more of an opportunity to close that gap to them. Here we come then, Magpie Toon and Tezza up the hill through Radion once again. And what is going to happen here? On board with Tezza. Here we come down the Camel Straight. And again, just too far away. Isn't really getting enough of a slipstream here. The straight line speed from Magpie Toon. Again, his saving grace at this point. Was that a genius tactical setup of the car there from Magpie Toon? Or is this just an unlucky coincidence here? The fact that he's able to keep Tezza at bay due to that superior straight line speed. As Tezza getting a bit of a slide there going through Brussels. Thought he was going to just give Magpie Toon a little bit of a tap in the rear there to unsettle him a little bit. As Mr. Johan here poking nose up the inside of V10. They're side by side here coming through No Name. And V10 Ultra still clinging onto that one. Mr. Johan, though, looking to try and get a cut back here down towards Pouon. That's not going to happen there. V10 Ultra is going to cling onto that one for the time being. In the meantime, the battle for the lead continuing on here. Magpie Toon and Tezza into Campus once again. Still nothing doing here from Tezza. Eilenberg still hassling the back of Brinky. Vista's now right with these two in the battle for 3rd place. So this is now a 3-car fight here for the podium places. Magpie Toon and Tezza absolutely nose to tail at the moment as they're coming through into the final sector of the lap here. About to complete the penultimate lap here. About to start the final lap in a moment. And let's jump on board with Tezza Muzza here as they're coming towards Blanchimont. He wants to try and take it flat if he can, or as close to flat as he possibly can in the wet. Goes a bit wide there on the exit of the corner. Still too far back to send it into the bus stop. He had a little look. He had to think about it. He's not going to give it a go just at the moment. He's going to wait until this final lap of the race. It's now or never here for Tezza Muzza. He's got to make it happen now. As you see, Brinky here still running in 3rd place. Has got the gap at, well, under a second with Eilenberg. Vista now all over the back of Eilenberg here for 4th place as they come down towards that source for the final time here at Racing Speeds. And Eilenberg a little bit wide there on the exit of the source, but Vista no room to work with there. Street Boy has moved out of Stiffy. That's because Stiffy's into the pits here on the final lap of the race, and Stiffy's retired to the pits. In the meantime, Tezza closer than he's ever been here on the back of Magpie Toon. Here we go then, on board with Tezza Muzza as they come down the Camel Straight. He's again, Magpie Toon's pulling away despite Tezza being in the slipstream. There's nothing he can do there. And Magpie Toon holding on to this race lead. Brinky, Eilenberg, Vista still hassling the back of Eilenberg at this point. But Eilenberg here maybe looking at a podium place. Are either of these two going to overtake the car in front of them at this point? Probably not. Looks like they might be holding position here until the checkered flag, with well under a lap left to go here in this race. Magpie Toon are still just ahead of Tezza as they come out of No Name once again. Tezza's going to give it everything he's got here. Into Pouon we go for the final time. He needs Magpie Toon to make a mistake, but Magpie Toon's been pretty solid over the last few laps. Hasn't really been giving Tezza anything to go on. Tezza's been trying to just throw these little feints up the inside, trying to make Magpie Toon think twice about what he's doing, but it hasn't been to any avail so far. Vista still on the back of Eilenberg. Eilenberg has been on Brinky now for the last few laps, and nothing seems to have really rattled Brinky in that Mercedes. He's been pretty much faultless here in the last few laps as well. Magpie Toon and Tezza coming into that final sector here. Magpie Toon has got his penalty, let's not forget, so Tezza will get the win anyway. But I tell you what, you've got to take your hat off there to Magpie Toon, because the way that he's managed to withstand all the pressure here from Tezza, hasn't managed to falter despite Tezza really throwing the kitchen sink at him. Coming into the bus stop for the final time. Here we come. Out onto the start-finish straight. It's going to be Magpie Toon to take the win on the track as Eilenberg's done Brinky at the end. But Magpie Toon is going to take the win on the track. It's going to be Tezza Muzza, though, your race winner at Spa tonight here at Purple Sector. Magpie Toon second. Eilenberg over in 3rd on the track. Loses a load of places due to the penalties. Brinky comes over to take the podium place ahead of Vista in 4th, followed by V10 Ultra in 5th. Mr. Johan 6th, ahead of Eilenberg in 7th. Street Boy coming into the bus stop. It's going to be 8th place here for him tonight. A bit of a anonymous race here from Street Boy, but he comes over the line to finish this one in P8. And he's not too far ahead of Matty Pitt, who's just coming out of the bus stop now. It's going to be Matty Pitt around to take 9th place here in this one. And he's just ahead of Nina Blanco, who's going to come over to take the final point here. And he's a couple of seconds ahead of Rexy Boy, who will finish in P11. And a long way back to Nina Blanco there, loses out to Rexy Boy on the penalties there. So Rexy Boy takes the final point. Nina Blanco 11th, and JB Lego coming into the final sector here. It's going to be a 12th place here for JB Lego. Not the race he'd have wanted, I'm sure, but nonetheless, practice makes perfect. So I'm sure he'll be taking the experience on the chin, and we're back for the next one. But into the final few corners here, JB Lego into the bus stop for the final time. There we go. So through out onto the start finish straight for the final time. JB Lego P12 in the end. But Tez Muzzy, your race winner, due to Magpie Toon's penalty. Great battle there. Great drive from Magpie Toon. Unlucky due to the penalty, but obviously the white lines do govern the racetrack. So if you overstep them, you got to pay the price. But that is that then, guys, for obviously Purple Sector here tonight. Obviously, to those of you who joined at the start of the programme, you would have seen the Tuesday night action also on. This was from Thursday night. You're watching this on Sunday as part of the Super Sunday on the Motive Racing YouTube channel. Stick around because we'll have the Motive Racing F1 League live after this as well. Not live, sorry. We're broadcasting it. So obviously it's Friday's action, broadcast live on the channel. And after that, we've got the main event of the stream. We've got the GT3 Championship on the PlayStation 5. For Assetto Corsa Competizione here at Motive. So that will be live at 8 p.m. UK time, and that will be shown as we speak. So it's the only event that we got on tonight that's actually being shown live. Everything else is pre-recorded. But that is that, guys. We'll see you very soon. Stick around for the Motive F1 League, which should be on in a couple of minutes.